Go. Here we go. We're live at the Blissful Meadows Golf Tournament. It's called the THC Open. I'm PCM founder Jimmy Young. So happy you're with us here live. More importantly, Eric Williamson is with me in Phoenix, Arizona. And I would not be here live if it was not for Eric. So you can make sure you can blame him. Eric, thank you so much for hanging out and putting us on the air. This is awesome.
Yeah, this is awesome. This is awesome. The power of technology, the power of connection, using the internet. It's great.
Yeah, it absolutely is when it all works. That's all I can
It's
say.
so true when it all
Yes,
works.
I mean, when it
Hey,
doesn't work,
we're letting people like kind of ring in, let the algorithm kind of suck some people in. So
okay.
those of you that came early, great, awesome. You did a great job. We see the room is starting to fill up. This is really, really great. And you know what? It wouldn't be complete without acknowledging what's going on for you today, right?
Oh, okay, Eric, go ahead. You can let the whole world know what it is. Yeah, there it is. Yep, indeed. And if anybody's keeping score at home, it's my 67th year, okay, on Earth. And I have kind of a funny story that I tell on my birthday. When my older brother, found out that he had a little brother, and of course, he went to school that day. It was the first day of school down in West Orange, New Jersey. That's where I was born. It was in Newark, New Jersey at the Beth Israel Hospital. And he went to school and he says, "Hey, I've got a little brother now. I've got a little brother." And everybody kept asking him, "How old is he? How old is he?" Because, well, he was just born. So he's not old. He's just born. And
Just born.
he's just born. And it's
Wait,
funny.
wait, wait. Don't tell all. Okay, don't give it all away.
I'm not going to get trust. You think I'm going to give away all my stories? Never in a million years. I have too many stories. And you've got the mute button ready to go because I know there are plenty of people out there who may want to mute me at some point. And we're getting special chat messages from people, which I love because I love that immediate engagement.
Right.
All right. There's Dab Cowgirl. Dab Cowgirl is here. Dab Cowgirl, come on over here. Okay. You're an influencer, aren't you? Have a seat. Are you an influencer? Come on, we're live on the internet. Wait, I'm gonna show everybody. There she is.
Hi.
That's Dab Cowgirl. You're at a lot of these golf tournaments, aren't you?
I try to go to as many of them as I can. I think it's a great way to be outside and talk with other people, like in the sunshine, smoking weed, and they'll give you a little golf cart to drive around with. Like, what could go wrong?
What can go wrong? Well, a lot of things. You can drive that golf cart into a lake. That would be one thing that would go wrong.
Hasn't happened to me yet, and I'm always like hanging on the back of the golf carts, just like that way I can get a little bit more networking in if you have people.
I'm going to guess that people are wondering, why do you dress the way you do when you go out to these public events? I think I know the answer, but tell us why.
I think it like kind of breaks the ice a little bit. It lets it's a lot easier to approach me when I'm dressed like this. I kind of already have like nice sunflower thing. What's going on with that? That's a really easy way to start a conversation with me, even if you don't know me. It's also like if you forget my name across the room, you're going to be like, sunflower person, like, come on over here. It just makes it like a lot easier for people to kind of find some common ground with me and like loosen up. It's also just like authentically like something I've always loved to do is like dress up on a little bit more of the fun side. So I really love that like cannabis has kind of allowed me to do that without having anybody lose any professional respect for me. If anything, they sort of gain it.
Now, if I was wearing that, I'd lose a lot of professional respect, just for the record.
I don't think so. I think that like genuinely, if you just started like dressing like this, people would be okay with it. Like, I think that's the cool thing about the cannabis industry is people are just like, they're like, okay, like you dress a little fun. That's cool. Like, what else do you do?
Actually, what you're bringing up is a great thought. And Eric, I'm going to bring you in on this conversation too, as we listen to one of my favorite songs in the background, George Benson. So having cannabis as a common denominator when you're at one of these things, it's the socialization aspect of the plant, right?
I think that cannabis has also been known to be a very social drug, like it's just genuinely, I feel like the first time I did cannabis was in a group of friends, like, and I think for many people, that's what cannabis has always been about. It's been about getting together and kind of like sharing and creating community. And there are so many more aspects to cannabis than that. Of course, like there's like the medicinal aspect, there's like the like everything it can do, but like I think as like it's a community building plant. Like there's something to be said about like a smoke circle, you know?
You don't have to tell me. I was in the back rooms and alleyways. Eric, you remember the old days when it was completely illegal and you would follow the nose, you'd follow the smell, right?
Oh yeah, just in case. Your
That's
nose
right.
doesn't lie; it knows. You
Right.
see the pun. Your nose knows. Right.
I get you. And I had a I love the smell of cannabis because I can smell it pretty much wherever I go sometimes, and now especially. But he's in Arizona, and now I got to ask you, you weren't exclusive to the Flower Expo, are you?
So what do you mean?
Well, why are you? I mean, what is your relationship with the Bellows and the Flower Expo? Because I do love that show.
Oh, well, like I work with the Flower Expo regularly. So I work with them all year. Like I tour dispensaries and I make social media content for them, but I don't work with them exclusively. So like I also do work with Paper Crane, which is a local farm out in Massachusetts. It's about 30 minutes outside of Worcester. They do sun-grown craft cannabis, really great legacy to legal stuff. And like I also do work with a couple of other companies, but I mainly work with Flower Expo and Paper Crane.
Did you go to Michigan?
I did. Michigan was fantastic. It was lovely. It was great. It was about the same size that the Flower Expo in Massachusetts was its first year, and the Flower Expo in Massachusetts doubled its second year in size. So I'm hoping that goes well for Michigan and we double in size in Michigan next year as well, because I think this year went really great. At least it did from my end.
Well, we had one of our correspondents, Lisa Williams, was on one of the breakout sessions. Did you meet Lisa?
I met so many people.
Just say yes.
I'll say yes. I was at check-in, so I met almost everyone.
You were checking at the Flower Expo too.
Yeah.
That's your thing.
It's great to like greet. I love to be like the first impression. You know, I really think it sets the tone for your experience at an event, the way that people treat you when you first walk up. So I personally love to be like, you know, like the smiling face that you first see and like, hello, good morning. Like it's better than just somebody who's asking you like what your name is so they can get you checked in. Like I'm actually genuinely excited to see you there. Like,
well, I was excited to see you because if I remember correctly, I did send you an email about a month ago offering you the opportunity.
I just looked for that, but I didn't see it. I'm going to be honest. I didn't see that.
I think it probably went into
spam. Email.
I bet it went into spam.
It probably did. So like, I should give you my phone number because I'm also admittedly not an email person. I'm more of like a phone call or like text kind of person.
I'm not surprised. And by the way, I already have your phone number.
Oh, you do? Then you should have called
I'm an email guy. Well, because I'm an email guy first, and then I'll call you and text you, whatever. Bottom line is, Eric, don't you think she'd be a great Massachusetts correspondent on the new Cannabis Coast to Coast News?
Yes.
Right? Okay, good. I'm glad that you said yes because I was going to agree. But yeah, seriously, just
You're already
call me.
doing it. You're already following the weed scene in Massachusetts, right?
Yeah, I have been for like years now. It's really interesting to me. I think that like one thing about me that kind of drives my friends that aren't in the industry crazy is that like once I got into the weed industry, I was like, oh, this is amazing. This is like all I want to do. Like, I just want to learn everything about this. And the best thing about weed is that like there's always like 10 new, you wake up every morning and there are like 100 new things you can learn. Especially because with like prohibition and stuff, like we just haven't been allowed to study stuff. So the more and more that laws open up, the more and more scientists are allowed to study, the more we can learn. And it's all like just coming out at such a rapid rate. It's so exciting. Like, how can you not want to just like follow it as closely as you can?
So speaking of following, how do people follow you on Instagram, right?
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram. It's Dab Cowgirl, all one word. If you guys are watching, I've got it right up there, Dab Cowgirl. You can just put the @ in front of that in Instagram and you'll find me there. You can also go to dabcowgirl.com. I do have merch on there if you want to support. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Okay. Wish me a happy birthday.
It's my birthday too. Not today,
no way.
But mine was on August 24th. Yeah. So when I first saw the happy birthdays going up in the chat, I was like, are those for me?
No, they're for me. By the way, you're not 67. That's for sure.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not. I am 29. Yeah.
Very much. And more importantly, I so appreciate, hey, I've gotten to know you through the Flower Expo and I love those guys. And I really hope in the future we all get to work together. And more importantly, I'm going to text you so we can talk about this opportunity for you. Okay.
Yeah, please text me. I love talking into microphones. That's one of my favorite hobbies.
She's a natural, Eric. She's a natural. And now, of course, we have excerpts from my other career. You know, I used to be a sportscaster on TV. Did you know that?
I could believe that. I think you've told me that before.
There you go. I tell everybody, but most people don't remember me unless you're over 50, and we know you're not.
No.
But we do have some
We're going to do the intro first. We're going to do the intro first.
Oh, we're going to start at the
go.
top again. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So this is what we put together. This is live, and don't go away. We've got a lot of fun things, and we're going to talk to a lot of fun people. We'll be back.
I'm Joe Parsons from the Virginia Cannabis Connection and Pro Cannabis Media's Weed Talk News. I'd like to take a little time out to give a special birthday love shout out to Pro Cannabis Media founder and Emmy Award-winning journalist Jimmy Young. You know, Jimmy, when I moved here from Maine a couple years ago, I didn't think that I'd ever be able to get back into the cannabis industry, especially with the way it is in the South. But, you know, I watched you on Pro Cannabis Media's Weed Talk News, and I was like, you know, this is someone that I could definitely hang out with. I wish that I could get involved, and I reached out to you, and you took a chance on me. So I just wanted to say thank you, man. You've been a true inspiration in my life, and I want to wish you, again, a very happy and safe 35th birthday, and I plan on being with you all the way until we end federal prohibition in America. And as always, my friend, stay lifted.
Live from the Blissville Meadows Golf Club in Uxbridge, Massachusetts, it's the THC Open. This private golf event is a joint venture with the Cannabis Creative Group. The Blissville Meadows Golf Club is on land that was actually purchased by a local family from the King of England in 1726. That's when Uxbridge was a section of another town, Sherborne, Massachusetts. Now it plays host to PCM TV's live stream with Eric Williamson in Phoenix, Arizona. And now, here's PCM TV founder, me!
All right, Jimmy, we're back. We're back.
Where do you want him?
I want him right here. Eric, you got to fill. Oh, you want me? No, I don't need my headphones, do I? I'm listening to you now. And now my next interview is here. And the best part is, Eric, you can hear me in this microphone, right? And the whole world can too. Because the last time I interviewed this guy, I had a great interview with him for about 12 minutes. And I forgot to push the button. So there was no audio. Michael Denault from World Insurance, thank you so much for rejoining me.
Thanks, Jimmy, for having me again.
No, I appreciate it. And, you know, you did such a good job. Don't ask me what I asked you back then, but I'm going to ask you about this event, the THC Open and World Insurance. Tell me how you guys got involved and why you got involved.
So we were actually involved in the 2022 THC Open, the first THC Open, and we got involved because we actually insured the event. So we do event insurance for cannabis related events when there's consumption involved and other types of various liabilities. And, you know, we've been fortunate enough to work with Ann and Seth the last 3 years. And as you know, I started flying a new flag about a year and a half ago for World Insurance. And I've been a very big supporter of the cannabis industry, as you know, for the last 6 or so years professionally. And World Insurance being one of the larger insurance brokers in the country, I've had a very unique opportunity to educate the leadership on the cannabis industry, get them involved more, and just start to normalize insurance for cannabis. So it's been a very, very crazy, awesome experience over the last 6 years, and especially the last year and a half. So that's what's taken us here.
I got to ask you, when you go out and you talk to underwriters about cannabis events, are you seeing a softening of acceptance? Are we getting towards more normalization?
We're getting there. We're definitely getting there, especially if you look at the start of the Massachusetts industry in general in 2018 until now. Something like this, I mean, yeah, there were events that were around, but actual insurance products to cover cannabis consumption, I mean, you think of it similar to like a liquor liability, right? You know, you go into a bar, you go to a restaurant, you have a couple drinks, and you know there's liability for that. But nobody ever thought that cannabis consumption liability would be something talked about in the early 2020s. Never mind, you know, or before that in the teens. So you know, here we are years later. There's all this data now, and this is coming from a national and international basis from Lloyd's of London and other various insurance carriers, not the brokers, but the carriers. The data now suggests that we can provide these products, and the more events that happen, and the more we are creative with our solutions, more products will come out, prices will come down, and normalization is just going to be that fast track that we see.
And I preach normalization because legalization involves lawyers and politicians, two of my least favorite people when you get right down to it, but they're necessary, right? And eventually I think we'll get there, but it's still difficult. What's the biggest challenge you have trying to explain to people why liability insurance is so important?
Well, if you think about it, here in Massachusetts, there's two pieces of liability that are required for a license: general liability, so your slip and fall, you know, where you have a retail, and then product liability on the products that you're actually selling. If somebody gets sick or injured from your products, you want to make sure you're covered to either defend yourself or pay out, you know, your due claims, you know. So Massachusetts has kind of set a good standard, as well as a couple other states, in saying this is required for your license, but nobody's doing the why. So that's a big part of our operation is education. You know, why do you need these things? Yeah, the state says you need them, but why? What is it about it?
I've been asking the state that a lot lately. Why do you really need this stuff, right? Why do you really need? And I do not put a age gate on my content because I actually want young people to learn about this industry, and we're teaching by sharing news stories. And I still have to deal with it. You know that.
I do. And, you know, this is a question I ask every state that we work in. You know, what are your insurance requirements, if any, and why do you have them? And as you can probably imagine, the resounding response is silence. So
because they don't know.
Nobody knows. I mean, I won't name the state, but when I
name it. No one's watching.
Nobody's watching, right? One particular state, when I asked who did you consult to make your insurance regulations, they said, "Oh, we actually didn't."
Okay, tell me the capital of that state. Do you know the capital of that state? I tried to trick him.
I'm in the liability space, Jimmy. Come on, I know better.
Good. He knows how to handle media too. I appreciate that. Michael Denault from World Insurance. First of all, thank you. I know we got audio that time because Eric was involved with that, and that's what I was missing at NECAN, yes. Right? And of course, NECAN, I think this weekend is in Atlantic City, New Jersey, right?
It is. Yep. And World Insurance will be there. We have a nice big 10 by 20 booth. We'll be right over by the Fernway booth. We plan on actually sponsoring an event on Saturday evening, right at the convention center. And yeah, our headquarters is actually in New Jersey. So this is actually a home game for us. So,
and I don't know if you heard the beginning of the show, but I did reminisce about my birthday. Actual birthday, Beth Israel Hospital, Newark, New Jersey. And you want to know a weird trivia thing?
Please.
Y'all know Joe Rogan, right? You know Joe Rogan, right?
I do.
Yeah, everybody knows Joe Rogan. But what you didn't know is he and I were both born in the same hospital, and we went to the same high school at Newton South, 10 years apart. Isn't that weird?
It is, and you're both in media.
You think so?
Go figure.
Go figure that, right? It's in the water, right?
It must be.
All right. And go take care of some consumption, will you please? Because I'm not consuming until after this live stream is over.
Sounds great. Well, good luck with the rest of the stream, Jimmy. Thanks for having me on.
All right. That's Michael Denault from World Insurance. Hey, Eric, what'd you think? By the way, did you like Dab Cowgirl? Do you think she'd be a good correspondent for us?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do, for sure.
All right. And what's the next? I don't know what the next video is, but I'm going to guess. I love the nice little things that Joe Parsons said about it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You're first. Go ahead.
All right. I was going to say, if I could actually hear what all the staffers from the news show are going to say, I'll be a puddle. So I'm not, I'll be so moved, and just because this is so much fun for me. I don't think I've had this much fun on my birthday since I turned either 60 or 50. Those are two of the best days of my life. A, because I made it that far, and B, where I happened to be those 2 days. But anyway, Look at all the comments we're getting. Oh my goodness gracious, this is great.
Oh yeah,
This is great,
that's
Eric.
awesome.
So what do you have? What video is next? Do you have for me? You're gonna make?
Yeah,
Are we gonna?
you,
We're not
you,
gonna cover
you
till
sit
4:20.
you sit
Okay.
back and relax. You sit back and we'll let some other people say a couple things about you.
All right, man. Thank you so much. I'm here.
Happy birthday, Jimmy.
Uh-oh,
I
look
hope
who it
you
is.
have the best day ever. It's going to be great. And if it's not great, just smoke a little joint and it's going to be great. It's going to be great either way. You're going to have the best day. Happy birthday.
I got one more for you.
Hey Jimmy, it's Karen. I'm getting ready to have breakfast. I was just calling. Yeah, I was just calling.
A few minutes later. A few inches later. 12 seconds later. 3 days later. 3 weeks later. Many months later. 6.5 hours later.
All right. Well, I was just calling to wit.
One eternity later. 2,000 years later. 3:28 a.m.
All right. Well, I was just calling to wish you a happy. Yep. I do. Yeah, I can do that. All right. Well, I just wanted to wish you a happy. Okay.
Tomorrow. Day 2. Day 3. Day 4.
All right. I'll talk to you tomorrow. All right. Happy birthday, Jimmy. Bye.
So what I think I'm hearing here is that I'm long-winded, which shouldn't come as a surprise to anybody who knows me personally or even professionally. For that point, Eric, where did you go? I gotta put my headphones on because they told me they were gonna turn the speaker away, but they didn't say they'd stop talking. So I'm gonna put the headphones on so I can actually hear. I will admit, I love hearing the steel drum in the background. It's very festive, right? Like we're on the islands.
It is.
Okay,
working on the islands.
Now that was really funny. Okay, now I want to explain something to people. When my dad was alive, I used to get on the phone with him and I would talk for 2-3 minutes without taking a breath. And I was told that's called verbal diarrhea. And I guess that you can't take a pill for verbal diarrhea. You just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk, or anyway. Hi, happy birthday, Jimmy from Vegas. Miss our NECN sports days.
Chris Wynn.
Oh my goodness, Grace. Oh my God. Wait, Chris West or Chris Wynn?
Wynn.
Wynn. Okay, cool. Oh my God, that's funny. Those are the old days, though. Those are really old days. And we have some clips from. In fact, I know there's a clip, Eric.
I got to dig in the racks for it. Just
okay.
let me try to find it. Let me
try to explain what's on it, though, because the year was 1981, and it was my first ever news story about an athlete in Maine. And I know that it's there somewhere because I sent it to you over the last 48 hours. And I get a kick out of it when I look at that and I say, man, I had a lot of hair. I was a lot thinner, and I wore the worst jackets and ties you possibly can imagine. And I thought it was cool to have something that was not traditional, if you will. So
I'm going to go try to look in the crates for you. Okay. I'll be back.
You look at that. All right. And I'm not, should I keep talking or?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, I should just keep talking. Okay.
Yes.
I can do that. I can show, because I have a camera on the Best Dirty Lemonade stand, and at some point we'll get over there. Now I don't know if it's as good as Jason Raposa's stuff from Goodfields, but since he took the time to wish me a happy birthday on a text today, I figured I'd give him a plug. Speaking of plugs, I have a whole list of sponsors here at the THC Open. I want to make sure we mention Sensi Magazine. And believe it or not, I worked for Sensi Magazine in 2018 for a few months, met Ron Kolb, the founder. They're here. And in fact, I think they're involved with all the music because Jake Boynton of the Sensi All Stars is a very talented young man, and he plays his guitar on stage and appears different places. All right, so the Best Dirty Lemonade, they're right there. Howells is here. That's a tincture. Healing Rose is here. That's Laura and Zach, and they're here somewhere. Okay. And Trican is here. Gentleman Smugglers is here. The elusive Barry Foy, who is the founder of Gentleman Smugglers, is here. Old Man of the Mountain, Collaborative Brands, Green Meadows, and Safe With Us Animal Rescue, because they're doing a animal rescue event here, so you could actually adopt a pet while you're here, while you're playing golf. And I'm pretty sure they had 36 foursomes, so they had 2 foursomes on every hole. And it was this all came from Seth Werby. He's the founder and CEO of the Cannabis Creative Group, an advertising agency specifically for the cannabis world. And it was his idea to have a golf tournament that was cannabis friendly. Now, last year when I was talking to Seth, he didn't want me to mention this, but I'm going to mention it anyway, because there's now that I know that I could just talk and people are listening. He had a hole-in-one last year. Now, it was before the tournament. It wasn't at the tournament. And all he wanted to do was talk about his hole-in-one because it had never happened before. Now, someone who has golfed since I was probably 7 years old, I've never had a hole-in-one, but I played a lot of golf. And one of these days, maybe the golf gods will look upon me and take that little ball and put it into that hole, because that is the idea anyway in golf, right? Has anybody heard Robin Williams' thing, his stand-up about golf? It's by far the funniest stand-up routine ever. And he talks about how the Scottish people invented golf. And
Really?
yes, they invented golf, and they made all these holes very challenging to get to with your little club and your little ball. And then he said, and then they put 18 little flags on each hole to give you hope, man, till you can hit it into the ground. You understand? That was his Scottish accent, Eric.
I see.
So that
I can't find it in the crates. Sorry.
All right.
Maybe next time.
That's all right. You know what? The thing about YouTube is you could search Robin Williams on golf and you can find it. Okay.
Hey, ring, 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 ding, ding, ding. Guess what it is?
It's almost 4:20. It is 4:20, right? All right. So you do have what we planned on doing at 4:20, right?
I'm looking.
It's me singing shanty with the Double Shot Band from the Summit Lounge from last year's remote in 23. And shanty is the tune that Jonathan Edwards made famous. And it's my version of 420. Growing up, whenever we heard that song, we had to go out and partake. I'll admit it. That's what we had to do. And we did quite a bit of it. And this is the song. And did you find the video or not?
I don't think I have it.
All right. Well, do you want me to sing it anyway?
Yeah, go ahead and sing it, Jimmy.
All right.
Here we go.
I'm going to sing now, and it's going to be shanty. It's going to sit around the kitchen, fix me something good to eat, make my head a little high, and make the whole day complete. We're going to lay around the shanty, mama, and put a good buzz on every night and day if I could help it. We're going to lay around the shanty, mama, and put a good buzz on. Hey, look at that. We're actually streaming on our new app. We haven't even talked about it. I've been talking for 20 minutes. It's 4:20, and I'm seeing consumption going on within eyeshot. Okay, I just want to say, but I'm not gonna ask for it. And we're on the app. Let's talk about the app, Eric. Can we talk about the app?
Let's do that.
All right.
We'll
So we now have an app. What does that mean? It means that you could go to the App Store or Google Play, and you punch in PCM TV, and up will come this app. And now that's going to be the place to go anytime anybody who asks me, where can I see your stuff? I'm going to say, well, it's on our app. We have the best of there. We have the latest version of Weed Talk. The last show of Weed Talk News is on there, because another thing we're going to announce, Eric, and we saw Elena Pinto earlier, we're rolling out Cannabis Coast to Coast News with Elena Pinto, September 9th. That's what will be happening there. All right.
It's going to be a great event. It's a great event.
Well, I got a lot of editing to do and a lot of coordination between now and then, but at least I know I've got 6 days to get it done, and all that. So yes, and a lot of this, we're getting a lot of fun engagement here on the internet. 420 from Colorado. That's great.
All the way.
Yeah. And
we're happy that they're here.
Funny bit on golf. I got a little plug on that, so everybody knows that wasn't normal.
Here's one from G Young. Don't quit your day job.
Oh, that's because I was singing. Right. By the way, that's why I was hoping it was on video, because there's a lot of, guitars around me and music. I wasn't doing it a cappella like I just did.
Okay, so we have the app, and then someone chimed in from our correspondent saying, guess what?
We're on iHeartRadio. Is that what it is?
It is.
All right. We're now on iHeartRadio, and that's awesome. And I think the expansion is happening. I wonder if I can. Now, you've got a 3-shot up there. Can I move the camera? Is that going to freak you out? I want to get it. I want to get. All right. Here we go. I'm turning it. Can you see that? Not really, huh? It's a little grainy.
Yeah.
But that's what's going on. Oh, I see Alyssa Merrill in this photo. Don't tell her we put her on TV. Shh. Okay.
Don't tell him.
Wait. We've got a wait a second. I'm trying to get. Wait. I'm coming over here now. All right. I'm not seeing what I want to see, so I'm going to go back to showing it over here. There we go. That's some people hanging around, and it is 420, so I'm guessing that there's some consumption going on here at the THC Open. Maybe it is the time that I can track down Seth Werby. Do you have any other videos you could drop in, Eric, and we can go find myself, the guy who started this?
I don't. So let's do. Yeah, I thought you had a helper that can maybe track them down.
Well, she's on camera, but she's talking to somebody. So I need Seth Werby. Now's the time to find Seth Werby from Cannabis Creative Group. Thank you, Alyssa. He's around here somewhere. Who's got the PA mic? Ask the PA mic. Have him paged, Alyssa. Find the guy with the microphone that's on the PA mic. Someone is on a wireless microphone, and his voice is projecting through the speakers. If you find him, have him page Seth Werby to the live stream with Pro Cannabis Media. That's all.
Hey, let's go to the comments, Jimmy. Let's go to the comments while she's doing that for us.
Okay, there's Tina. I see Tina. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, let's see who else is out there. I've no
Hey, we got the Yogi.
Yogi is out there. I know who Yogi is. Vermont. That's right. All right.
Oh, he's back in Colorado, he says.
Oh, cool. Very cool. We now have a Colorado correspondent, Xavier Jallet, who works at a law firm. He's going to pass the bar. I don't want to put any pressure on him, but he said he's going to pass the bar. And that'll be exciting, because then we'll have an actual practicing attorney, not only from Colorado, but from Illinois with Thomas Howard at Cannabis Legalization News. And that show's on every Sunday afternoon live on his Cannabis Legalization News channel, YouTube channel. So
yeah,
are you going to? So we have no videos. I'm going to keep talking for the next 30 minutes. Is that the plan here?
That's the plan.
Well, thankfully you're still there, Eric. Thankfully you're
yes,
still there.
I am with you. Yes, I am with you.
All right, I appreciate that. Can you talk? What is the strangest thing about me that you've noticed, Eric? Go ahead. You have the floor. I'm going to open up this water bottle so I can drink something. Go ahead.
All right,
what's the strangest thing? Go ahead.
Here we go.
Roast away, Eric.
First off, I want to say, Jimmy, thank you for everything that you do for the team, for cannabis, and we appreciate you very much. Second thing I have to say is, happy birthday! I hope you have an amazing day.
That's Amy Carter. A friend and our Michigan Weedster from Michigan wishing me a happy birthday. I really appreciate that. That's great. This was a great idea, by the way. And Eric, I give you all the credit in the world for coming up with it to get the staffers of We Talk News, and now the staffers from Cannabis Coast to Coast. We're all going to have problems with our open and our close on the first news show. I know that's going to happen, and I'm going to have a lot of patience on it. But we're trying to. Go ahead.
I got another one for you.
Okay. This is kind of fun. Of course, if there's one there, any luck with Mr. Seth Werby? Oh, he's coming. Perfect. All right. When he gets here, we'll interview him. In the meantime, we have all these birthday wishes. It's kind of nice. We can say hi, Alyssa, if you want. Wait, you'd have to sit over here. Yeah, Alyssa's going to come over and join me. Now, Alyssa and I go back as long as I've been doing In the Weeds. It all started at NECAN in March 20th, 2018. Now, isn't it amazing that I remember the day we met, isn't it?
It is amazing. Yeah, that's actually a memorable day in my life every year. Wow. Yes.
Memorable day in her life. She's been trying to forget it since. No, I'm only kidding. Her company is Flower and Tonic, and she really knows more about the health benefits of the cannabinoids in the plant than most people. I mean, you're not a nurse, you're not a doctor, but you really do know your stuff when it comes to this, isn't it?
I was a pharmaceutical rep, and I know how to sell medicine to doctors. And I've connected products with conditions, and there are some amazing products out there. Most people aren't sadly buying the right ones, but
one of the biggest things, Alyssa, and I know you can talk about this. Everybody who goes into a dispensary looks at the menu and they buy the most percentage of THC and think that's going to be the best flower.
It is the best flower if your intention is to lose brain cells and to, increase your estrogen. THC really doesn't do the body good. The effect is a result of the ratio of terpenes in the flower. It has nothing to do with THC. It's actually like embarrassingly stupid. I'm sorry to say, but it is. Like indica and sativa, there's in my opinion, like purple is more cerebral, yellow makes you a little dumb, strawberry can give you a giggle. So these are all terpene related, and that is what drives the effect. And so that's what I focus on, like the effect. So if someone is taking Adderall and they want to slowly get off of Adderall, I try to identify a product that will be refillable that people can use as a replacement to a stimulant, or sometimes Viagra product. There's like a lot out there. Stomach, Crohn's disease. There's some great products for GI.
I have a friend who has Crohn's disease. In fact, I don't want to mention who she is, but people who knew We Talk News knows it was somebody that was a producer with us who had Crohn's disease. And I was amazed at the amount of milligrams that she needed to handle her disease. Everybody has an edible story. We all have edible stories. You have to learn what your limits are and all that. But, wait, there's Seth now. Do you want to go grab him? Go ahead. All right, I'll keep going. And I'll talk about terpenes a little bit, because terpenes are the steering mechanisms in the plant that impact the effect it's going to have on you. And those are just some of the things that I've learned over the years with over 600 interviews and what have you. Let's see if we can get Seth Werby to come over. Here he comes. Seth Werby is the genius behind this event. One of the founders, and of course he recruited Ann Brum from a joint venture. She's the event planner. Right here, Mr. Seth. Come sit next to Mr. Jumbo here. There you go. Have a seat. There we go. Here is Seth Werby from Cannabis Creative Group. I want to make sure I have a very sophisticated tripod. It's a duct tape. Seth Werby, thank you so much for having this event again. How many years have we done it, and are you pleased with the growth?
Yeah, this is year 3. It's been great. Feedback's been fantastic. Everybody's having a great time today. There's people playing games over here. We got cornhole, music bingo. People are petting puppies over there. I think somebody's about to take one home, actually. The golf was fantastic. And year 3 in the books. Can't complain. Met a lot of people.
Did you have 2 foursomes on every hole?
Hey guys, what's up? It's Cannabis
it was out
with
there. I think
Candy
we were up to about 30 teams this year. And a fairly full course, and people met people played with either their coworkers or a new group, but everybody had fun. It was fun all around.
And networking is the key here. And more importantly, it's accepting. It's a normalization. It's actually a normal golf tournament that just has cannabis. Did you have any problem coming to Blissful Meadows or even last year's host, I think it was High Fields in Grafton? Any problems with them saying, oh, no, we don't want any cannabis at our place?
No, I mean, we hand select our vendors and our venues, make sure they understand what we're doing. We have all our insurance and all that stuff in order. And yeah, it's not a big deal. At the end of the day, we're just looking for a vendor that can host us. And this place here has a beautiful barn, and just you can't see it here the way Jimmy's set up. But regardless,
the barn.
Camera's on the barn. So it's a fantastic setup, and the team here has been beyond accommodating to us.
Yeah. Should we say something nice about Ann Brum, because she still is one of the nicest people I've met in the 6 years I've been in this crazy industry?
Yeah, Ann's fantastic. I work with her year round to get today organized. So what people don't realize is how much work goes into an event like this. And logistically, that's just not my strength, Jimmy. So I'm an ideas guy, and this was my idea, but I need Ann to execute it, and she does it flawlessly. So it's fantastic.
Are you saying that women might be more organized than men when you get right down to it?
No, I'm saying I'm not organized. I want to be very clear about this, Jimmy. No, this has nothing to do with women or men. This has to do with Seth. To pull off an event like this many people, I can't even know what I'm going to wear what I'm wearing tomorrow morning, or, I want to make sure I'm going to get to a meeting on time. So there's just a lot of moving parts, number of golf carts, the amount of food, when they eat, where they eat, what they do, when they do it. All of that's well organized to perfection.
So can we talk a little something happened to you last year? I remember it well. You told me your story that last year you got a hole-in-one.
I did. I hit a golf ball and it went in the hole. It was wonderful. I admittedly, as I'm sitting on it, so I need to move it anyways, so not to be awkward.
Wait, you're still this?
My background on the phone is still the hole-in-one picture. I'm not gonna lie. Yes, I will say today one of the more exciting moments in year 3. I won't say a member. Somebody in the THC Open, one of the golfers, got a hole-in-one today. So we had our first THC Open hole-in-one.
Is he here?
He is walking around possibly still here. On hole 2. Great shot. Went in the
Par 3. How many yards? Do you know?
Playing about 120, 125 today. Yeah, it's first hole-in-one. So I don't know the gentleman's name by heart, but he's here somewhere.
Did you explain to him that once you get the hole-in-one, that means you have to buy for the entire party?
He was told. Unbeknownst to him, we're picking up the bill for most of this, so all good. But
well, we thank you.
Thank you for being here, Jimmy.
All right, Seth Werby from Cannabis Creative Group, and I'm Jimmy Young. I'm the founder of PCM, and I was told that I could actually take some breaks, but my director Eric says
you're going to get a break.
So that's what I'm doing.
We're going to give you a break. We're going to give you a break, Jimmy.
I try to give it my best shot. But Seth, you get to go back and schmooze with your people because it's important for you to do that.
This is all about networking, for not just for my people, but for anybody that comes to this event. We've all done enough trade shows. We've all stood at the booth. We've all tried to solicit at booths, and we're all sick of it. We spend enough money on it. We got people in hotels, all that. Today it's been 73. There hasn't been a cloud in the sky. We've been outside with multiple hundred people in the industry that want to meet each other and do business together. So it's been great, and I'm going to go do more of it. So thank you, Jimmy.
There you go. There's Seth Werby from Cannabis Creative Group, and a master of a hole-in-one. He'll never forget it because it's on his phone. I love that. And
you get a break, Jimmy. I'm giving you a break. You get a break.
Oh. Thank you for giving me a break and taking a little bit off my plate because I got to get something to drink. But we'll be back with more from the THC Live Open here in Uxbridge, Massachusetts. After this, don't go away.
You're right.
They work, matey. While you're at work, Scott Zolak.
I think it's a disaster.
Mark Bertrand.
I know. I want to get it out.
On 98.5, the Sports Hub.
Let's go back 5 years to this date, the 4th of June, 2015. All right. It was the first time that we got to hear a certain someone talk to a certain NFL quarterback.
Oh, God.
You know who this is.
Yep.
Zoe, you know who this is? Someone talked to certain NFL. No. Come on. Yes, you do. First time someone was able to speak to a certain NFL quarterback. Think about it. Someone on this show got to speak to an NFL quarterback. Probably the first NFL quarterback you ever spoke to. Well, no. Not the first time, though, technically. Not the first time I had spoken to him, Hardy, obviously. I had spoken to him once before. Was this best buddies? At maybe a much younger age. Let me just roll the clip. Oh, Drew. That's right. Drew was in Pumping and Wine.
Year with a great coach, and he'll catch up in a hurry.
There you go. Let's go right back to the phone calls. We'll talk to Mark and Quincy next. Mark?
Yeah.
Say hi to Drew Bledsoe.
Hi, Drew.
How you doing, Mark?
I was wondering, you're playing the world champion Dallas Cowboys this year. How do you feel about that?
Well, I'm excited about the opportunity. I think everybody is in the league to prove that you can beat the team that won the Super Bowl the last year. So hopefully we'll be able to go down and play well. We've got to go play at their place, I think, and that makes it more difficult too. But we're excited about the opportunity.
There you go. Paul and Natick. Go ahead. You're next on Key Company Sports World. Paul with Drew Bledsoe.
They left you up. They left you up. No. That's the next caller, Hardy. Beetle, when'd you get rid of the Quincy accent? What? That's the next caller. Oh. Not ready to go. I was ready to go. Called on a good phone. Called on a landline because that's all we had.
Paul and Natick. Go ahead. You're next on Key Company Sports World. Paul with Drew Bledsoe.
Paul and Natick. A disgrace. Was this like a kids-only call-in talk show? Yes, it was. Oh, that's nice. That segment, yes. Yes. New England Cable News. Jimmy Young, who I saw him at a bar in the Cape last year. He loves that clip. I actually talked to him about it, I don't know, a year ago or so. I talked about him too a year ago. I saw him at a Cape at a bar. He was Beetle all the time. Yeah, he was at an event with us in Mr. Sid's. I don't know, probably about a year ago, maybe more, maybe a couple of years ago. Probably but 2 years, we had a laugh about it. We did. Did he remember it? Oh, yeah, I remember. Oh, no, he doesn't pretend to remember it, no.
Yeah.
Say hi to Drew Bledsoe.
Hi, Drew.
How you doing, Mark?
I was wondering, you're playing the world champion Dallas Cowboys this year. How do you feel about that?
Well, I was just I feel crappy about it. How do you think I feel? Get away from me, kid. You bother me. I was building a little demo tape there, Hardy, a little something to put in the files.
So this is when I got a call from my co-host on Weed Talk Now, Kurt Dalton from Cannabis.net, and he's the one who called me up and says, hey, they're talking about you on 95, the Sports Hub, and I'm like, all right, they're playing that clip from the show again. Sure enough, I had an opportunity to call into the show, and by the way, Mark Bertrand, host of Bertrand and Zolak, you really had nothing to do with this, but I certainly appreciate going into the Wayback Machine and reminiscing about what was a great run on New England Cable News. And of course, then they talk about the old show, Jimmy Young Sports World, and of course, Planet Mikey and Mike Adams as well. Great time in the 90s. Certainly miss my family from NECN, but you'll enjoy the rest of the Wayback Machine, courtesy of our friends at the Beasley Media Group, 98.5 The Sports Hub, and our pal Mark Bertrand, Scott Zolak, and even Hardy.
Noontime on a Thursday. We've got to put our baseball conversation on pause for a moment, so we got to go to the phones. Okay. This is someone that we were just talking about a moment ago, who's with us now. That would be Jimmy Young, joining us here on Zolak and Bertrand. Jimmy, what's up?
You know, you guys, it takes me back to the day when I had talent, ability, and a job. You know, I really appreciate your...
and last time I remember, curly, kinky hair, right?
Yes, thank you very much. And I just came off the tennis court. It's still curly and kinky, and I still have it, which is the best part.
That's good hearing from you, Jimmy. What's going on?
Nothing. I appreciate you guys, bringing it back from the dead. I'll never forget when Beetle and I met at that Mr. Sid thing, and he showed me the clip of the show that won me the Emmy Award at NECN back in the 90s, the sports special with Drew Bledsoe, when little Mark from Quincy would call in and ask Drew Bledsoe about what he thought of the Cowboys.
That particular show won the Emmy, right, Jimmy? That was the show that won the Emmy?
Correct, I hadn't seen a clip of that, Mark, honestly, seriously in 25 years. And that's when you showed it to me on your phone, and you shared it with me. And by the way, I do proudly still have it on my phone. It's an honor to be remembered after all these years.
You're welcome. You're welcome for the Emmy, and you're welcome for being remembered. Jimmy, where was that I saw you? Mashpee?
No, well, I do hang in Mashpee. I have friends with New Slavery and all that. But I ran into Mark at the Mr. Sid event in Newton. The Seagull boys love to bring in the 98.5 guys and have a few drinks and what have you. And
they sure do.
Some good fun. So they do a good job there, too.
They do, and hopefully we'll be doing that soon with them again. Yeah, it's good talking to you, Jimmy. Be well, bud.
Hey, do you guys know what I'm doing now? It's the most bizarre turnaround in a career you've ever heard.
You were doing a lot of the media focused on cannabis, I recall. Yeah.
Correct. I started a pro-cannabis media network. I do Weed Talk News. So I've gone from sports news to cannabis news. I'm not quite sure what that means to my career, but right now it's a lot of fun. I'm working with a guy named Kurt Dalton on cannabis.net. And we've got thousands of followers. It's pretty bizarre.
I got to get you in touch. I got to get you in touch with my brother-in-law. He's one of the big guys in the cannabis company he works for.
Still waiting to go.
On the financial side, but yeah.
No, but we've talked to Bruce Lincoln. We've talked to Joe Lasardi, the CEO of Curaleaf. We talked to all the biggest names because we are building a cannabis coast-to-coast network. Pretty much a big undertaking. Still fighting that stigma every day, but it's amazing that I've gone from interviewing people like Drew Bledsoe and Scott Zolak to Steve D'Angelo and Tommy Chong. Okay, so there's a career for you.
If I were you, I'd rather hang out with Tommy Chong if I were you. Get more fun, have more fun there.
You've done all right for a backup quarterback. Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm doing all right, Jimmy.
I think
you're all right.
All right, Jimmy. Appreciate you guys remembering me.
See you, buddy.
For the plug. Keep up the good work, and I can't wait for sports to come back.
All right, Jimmy. Jimmy Young, formerly of NECN and the host of Kid Company Sports World. We won an Emmy for that show.
That was a flash from the past, to say the least. And it was fun to hear, actually, Scott Zolak remember me from being in a bar in Mashpee, Massachusetts. I was shocked to hear that, right? You were probably shocked to hear that too, Eric, that I was actually in a bar somewhere, right?
Yes, I was very shocked.
Hey, you know what? One of the reasons why I come to these events is people show up and they hand me stuff.
Yeah,
okay?
I couldn't read it.
Yeah, it says Trifecta Farms ground flower. I wonder what that is. Ground flower.
Dandelions?
Yeah. Dandelions. Yeah, that's it. No idea. I do know that this was tested, which is always good. I like that because I support the legal universe of cannabis, that it's a tested quality. And of course, we don't want to get into some of the testing issues that are out there in the industry. You know, what's funny is I'm starting to see people break down. It's coming to an end, and I know we're about 15 minutes away. I wonder if we can get Ann Brum over here at this point, because I'd like to introduce her to somebody that people on my news show will remember on a regular basis. But we're gonna
here. You try that, and I'm gonna cut to something while you're looking. Is that okay?
Okay. No worries. I'm trying to find a few people, but yes, thank you. Take a break.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Cannabis with Kim B from New York City. I am the CMO of Tribe Tokes, which is a really beautiful CBD and cannabis lifestyle company. I'm filling in for Jimmy Young, and guess what, guys? I love Pro Cannabis Media. That's a fact.
Appreciate medicine for what it is, and I love Pro Cannabis Media, man. Yes. Yeah, man. Thanks for coming out here, Yeah, man.
Jamaica, man.
Yes, it is. Yeah, man. Everything Irie.
I'm Prince Aston from Orange Hill, Jamaica, and I love Cannabis Media.
That was great. All right, we're going to have more stuff from the floor of the Canex in Jamaica. I can't wait to see who's next on the list.
Hi, this is Steve D'Angelo, and I love Pro Cannabis Media.
All right. Leon from All Per Plus. Yes, we represent 100% organic, and this is what we're all about. All natural, all safe, all effective stuff that's going to get the job done without the use of harsh pesticides.
Favorable responses cut across party. Now, at least that is the only. This is read really poorly, and I'm going to stop.
Written. It's written poorly, you bonehead.
Nope.
She's in the middle of
Cause issues in the industry from coast to coast. Embellishing TA.
Already had set.
What is the problem?
Sorry.
Why doesn't it just stop?
Right. I'm going to introduce you to a friend of mine. She introduced me.
Testing, yes, those credibility of testing results and unannounced inspections and visits. What the fuck is this?
Make sure you understand that we're already recording. It's I don't want you to think I'm recording you with not telling you that.
Okay, well, just don't use like any of my profanity.
Well, it's so funny. Do you know who Jeffrey Hoffman is in New York? The Ask Me Anything guy on Wednesday at 4:20. He's a lawyer, cannabis lawyer.
All right.
He can't. He
I know
can't do an interview without dropping
the
2 or 3
event
F-bombs.
coordinator, Eric, you can dump out.
And I'm.
I like to keep it a little bit clean, just for my kids' sake.
These are my bloopers. Some of my bloopers. Okay, we're back. Hey, we're back live at Blissville Meadows, the THC Open, and joining me is Ann Brum from a joint venture. Also, a former host of a show that was on our original network. So, Ann, first of all, congratulations. You've put on another great event. You must be excited.
Thank you. There's no I in team, so this took quite the team, but very, very grateful to be able to curate and have something like this here. Very excited.
And there's also another thing that I give you credit for. One of the correspondents from our We Talk News show is Jill Goldsberry from New Jersey. And I know that Jill is out there. The question now is, will Eric be able to punch her up to say hello to you? Because that is magic. Oh, and there she is. Look at that. Jill, wake up. Jill, wake up. You're on, Jill. There you go. Look who's here. Jill, look at the camera.
might be a delay there, but
hey,
that's my Jersey Jill right there. Hello.
I'm looking at the camera.
Friend.
What's up, Ann? How are you?
What's going on, Jill? So good to see you. Welcome.
Could be there with
Welcome
you.
to Massachusetts
How are
and
you?
THC Open 2024.
It's been great. It's been good. By the way, Jill still has the worst Wi-Fi in her apartment. To this day, it chugs. But at least we were able to coordinate a hello for you. And I do thank you for that, among other things that you've done for us. I believe in what we do here. And now that we're moving to a new name, Cannabis Coast to Coast News with Elena Pinto, and we have a new app. We're actually streaming on the new app for the first time today. And we want everybody to download that PCM TV app. I almost said YBA TV, but that's my former Young Broadcasters of America channel. But we don't need to go there. Hey, Ann Brown, what's next? I notice people are kind of winding down now.
Yep, we have Music Bingo that's going to be coming on board. We just got done with Steel Pan with Darren Fenty, a local artist here. And then folks are just really winding down for an unbelievable day, beautiful weather. Again, celebrating this beautiful plant, and not to be remiss to forget folks that are currently waiting to serve time for this plant, or are currently serving time, or have just, we stand with you, and we are not forgetting that we're here celebrating this plant, and you all are there. So.
And we appreciate that. And of course, we also
here.
put a shout out
to
the Last Prisoner Project, because they did a great job
winding down
trying
for
to, making sure. Wait, I'm going to kill the sound so we don't have to hear that feedback. But anyway, good. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Again, we made it happen. I'm thrilled that we made history here, pro cannabis media history, if you will. And thank you, Ann Brown.
Congratulations, Jimmy.
Thank you so much. You bet. Oh, you guys are the best. That's the best thing about this community. And Jill, you know that too, right? I mean, the people of the cannabis community make it worth all of our trials, tribulations, and we all have this mantra, right? It's survive to thrive. Eric, are you still there? Is Eric Williamson there? Or am I just going to start talking to myself? Jill, can you hear me? I see her, but I don't know if we can coordinate. That's the biggest challenge is the audio that everybody that you can hear. And that's why I was on headsets there for a while. And I can certainly get back onto it. But let me see if Eric's going to pop back on here. Oh, look at that. We've been streaming for an hour now. My goodness, that's what we had planned to do, and we made it happen. So I'm happy about that. I'm happy that I was born on this day, and we could actually celebrate it a little bit with people. And more importantly, I'm really, really proud of the correspondents, the all volunteer correspondents from We Talk News who make this happen every week with our weekly show that is now changing to Cannabis Coast to Coast News. So anyway, Eric, are you going to rejoin us here at some point? I see a lot of, oh my goodness. Miss Tina.
And I thought the perfect location is the $68 million private baseball field for the San Francisco Giants here in Scottsdale, Arizona. And you being in the sports industry.
He's opening the box. Put it in the box. Head it. Far corner. Goal!
Most of your life, I am recording live to say happy birthday to Jimmy Young.
Thank you, Tina.
Jimmy, I want to wish you a happy birthday, happy health going forward. I mean, you've had both your hips done, and so have I. What else could go wrong? Nothing. So what inspires me so much about you is your passion. Keep up the passion, keep up the life, keep up everything, and going forward, I wish you the best and wish you a great birthday.
Thank you. I don't know if my mic's on or not, but it's all good. It is on. Oh, look, and now we have a 4-screen. I love that. Hey, Eric, I don't know if you have any more. Whoop, there we go. I don't know if we have any more videos or not, but feel free to do it. We actually got all the interviews that we had planned on doing. I know there were some issues with the videos and the live stream, but we made it happen. We were live for an hour, and we made it work. And that's all I really care about. I know you have higher standards when it comes to television production than I do, because after all, I worked in newsrooms, and the philosophy of news is quick and dirty, baby. Cut it, clean it up, get it on the air as quickly as you can. But I appreciate everything that you've been able to do.
We did it. We did it.
And we got all the interviews. We got all the interviews in that we had planned, which is even more importantly. And thankfully Alyssa was here to help me out because and I see a lot of people I really want to go over and say hello to. So I'm gonna open up this little container. Whoops, where is it? Wait, I gotta put it there. There it is. I'm gonna open that up and take a sample now that we're gonna kind of wrap it up. Any last words, Mr. Williamson? But you did a great job. Thank you for making this happen.
Hey, I just want to thank everyone that tuned in. They did a great job. Fantastic. We couldn't have done it without you. Stay tuned for our next event or our next newscast. You're going to be excited, and we've got a lot of things up our sleeve.
September 9th, 9 a.m. I'll have it ready. I promise. Cannabis Coast to Coast News. Thanks again, and thank you for all the kind happy birthday wishes from everybody. Appreciate it.
Thanks,
Bye
everyone.
now.